What's up? It's a bit chilly outside today, but we still get to do day 41. I'm just going to send it. Come on, let's go. Yesterday was pretty busy for us. I had to finish an essay for school, and I greatly overestimated my ability. It took me way too long. My wife made a bunch of sourdough waffles in preparation for the week, because I don't know how to work sourdough. Seems like witchcraft to me. Anyways, we watched church. The boys watched their version of church, and then we all watched the Super Bowl. The way Kendrick Lamar ended his performance was perfect. That smile he added when he said Drake's name was hilarious. It was like he was letting him know, lawsuit or not, I'm still going to send it. 100% best part of the Super Bowl. Anyways, amidst all of that stuff yesterday, the kids were being kids, like normal, but I think NJ was having a pretty bad day. He was being particularly mean to Nash, knocking over his stuff, hiding toys, and arguing. They were doing it to each other, right? Nash is being a shithead back, but it was in reaction to NJ being a shithead first. So a couple times I tried to explain it to NJ. I would pull him aside, crouch down, and talk to him. That seemed to work until right before bedtime. NJ closed the door on Nash's hand, and it hurt. According to Nash, he told NJ that he was right behind him and said, "Be careful, Bubby." And NJ still closed the door. I asked NJ that if he had done it on purpose. He said no. But then when I asked him again in front of Nash, he came clean. He told me that he saw Nash's hand there and still closed the door. No, I don't think he did it on purpose. Or I don't think he did it with the intent of I'm gonna hurt him. But there was something going on, and that's when I got real upset with them both. And I realized all my thoughts so far about fatherhood has been about me doing the right thing when required, leading by example. I haven't really talked about my thoughts on discipline. Fortunately, my kids don't do things that often that require any form of punishment. So when they do, it really sucks. While I was thinking about that today, Proverbs 13, verse 24 popped in my head. Whoever spares the rod hates their child, but the one who loves their child is careful to discipline them. I'm sure you've heard this a lot like me. People use it particularly when they're talking about the youngest generation of children. I think it's been skewed a bit to mean beat, respect, and discipline into your kids. I don't think of it that way. I think of it uh, as I'm supposed to lead my children and actually have meaningful interaction with discipline. Basically, make it intentional and don't just leave it at that. After the punishment, discipline, or whatever you want to call it, ensure they understand it. Basically, it's more difficult on us than it is on them. See, when I was a kid, I got very little spankings. In fact, none that I actually remember, but I'm pretty sure I got some. And the methods that my parents used worked. Clearly, I'm not a shithead. They did that. My parents did that right. Then I was thinking about my reaction. I came across Deion Sanders' social media post from a while ago. It said, "My parents spanked me as a child, and now I suffer from a psychological condition called respect for others." He also said that he didn't raise his kids to be soft, he disciplined them. See, my wife and I use different methods for our kids that range from spankings, we call them pat pats, taking privileges away, firm talking to, and yelling when needed. At the end of the day, I've said this before, I'm far from a parenting expert. And I think that if you are reflecting and taking the time to think about what you did and wonder if it was right, I think you're doing it well. I also thought about Hebrews 12, verse 11. No discipline seems pleasant at the time, but painful. Later on, however, it produces a harvest of righteousness and peace for those who have been trained by it. The goal of discipline is to guide our children toward the right thing and not just make them afraid of the consequences. Day 41 down. Remember, be kind, be great, dial it in, and most importantly, keep on sending it. Parenting. The only sport where you coach, referee, and still lose to a 6 and a 3-year-old in negotiations. All right, it's clench butt cheeks time.